Hey, I'm here with Dalero Berkeley of Maverick IQ. Dalero, tell me a little bit about what you do and for how long you've been doing it.
Yeah, so right now I'm CEO of Maverick IQ. We make IoT solutions to help businesses run more efficiently. So we do O&M cost reduction, that's operational and maintenance cost reduction, help improve reliability and availability, and improve efficiency and performance. And some of the other side effects of using our IoT solutions is you get 100% state awareness of all your equipment, and you can access your equipment remotely, remote monitoring, and remote control your system as well. And Maverick IQ has been around since November of 2019, and it's been quite a journey so far. So continuing to learn.
Perfect, perfect. Definitely an interesting time to start the business.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So who exactly is Maverick IQ out there to help? What is your ideal customer?
Okay. So, I mean, really, I'll take a step back. We really are focused on the smart building, smart energy, and smart manufacturing spaces. So in terms of ideal customer, we would look at someplace like that has a campus, like a university, where they have a variety of buildings. They might have dorms, they might have a church, they'll have a gym, and office buildings, etc. So a customer with a variety of types of facilities, and by facilities we mean any enclosure of equipment. So yeah, a university or college, a school would be ideal. We also office buildings, or any subset of those like hospitals, churches, and schools or gyms. So really any building that has equipment in it would be a good customer.
Perfect. So what are your goals for the company? Where do you want to take it long term?
So we have goals of hitting about $1 million in revenue by the end of next year. But beyond that, we're really looking at IoT, and once we get that data cleaning and building digital twins so that we could get all these outcomes that I mentioned earlier. But beyond that, I think we designed the software such that we could model almost anything. So right now we're talking about smart energy, smart buildings, and smart manufacturing, but we want to be able to model additional phenomena. So, I mean, it's a really cool app, and it can be expanded to fit in many different verticals. So we would try to reach entitlement in terms of ingestion data and building models and driving outcomes. So the sky's the limit as far as we're concerned. But the TAM, the total addressable market in the smart building space is like $83 billion. So we hope to try to get a sizable chunk of that.
Yeah, huge market cap for sure.
Yes.
Awesome. So you've been doing this since 2019, entrepreneur before. Tell me a little bit about one mistake you've made or a lesson you've learned that any other business owner could learn from, regardless of the industry they're in.
Yeah, I would say one one mistake we've made is we probably should have spent a lot of more time on customer discovery. So that's like, I mean, that's like textbook stuff that a lot of business owners, particularly in the tech space, don't do. Like they go to solve problems, but eventually when you make your product, it has to sell. So you got to know more about your customer. You got to know something about your customer. So customer discovery is where you find out the most about your customer, and you don't have to fully develop your solution. You can develop parts of it, and you can test it at the market. So customer discovery is a huge part of the journey, and you try to do that up front before you invest too much into a solution. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So have you had a great coach or mentor in your business? And if so, why would you say them?
Yeah, at different points of our development, there were several people that helped me along the way. And it's interesting because there are several people, all different, but at the different stages, you know, they've been different personalities with different skill sets to help along the way. And you know, I'm in Atlanta and they have a great ecosystem for startups. So I was able to leverage several institutions to help find those people. So you know, yeah, there are a couple of people that I depend on quite heavily now,
Mhm.
but they weren't there at the beginning, but different people were there. And so it's been a Rolodex of folks, and luckily in Atlanta, there's a good support system for entrepreneurs. So I've leveraged all of those resources quite a bit. So
Absolutely. Atlanta's a great community for startups.
yes, it is.
So tell me a little bit about what the future looks like for Maverick IQ, and are there any challenges you see moving forward?
Um, yeah, I mean, the biggest challenge we're facing now, it would be less of a challenge in the future is really, I mean, we have a MVP, a minimal viable product that we've developed and tested for about 3 years. Uh, so right now, the biggest challenge is getting market penetration. So we got a couple of customers, but they're smaller customers. Um, so really the biggest challenge, which I assume this is going to be like a snowball effect, it's kind of hard to get your first couple of customers, but um, uh, you know, I think we will continue to face the technical challenges aren't as big a challenge as it is getting market penetration. So I would see that in the future, you know, we would expand, you know, across several different verticals, but the biggest challenge there would be getting into those verticals. But I believe that as we have more successes, getting into different verticals and expanding across all of those verticals will become easier. But that's the biggest challenge. Technical is not as big a challenge,
Mhm.
but I think once we start and we develop our product and we gain market penetration, being engineers, we will look for bigger challenges. And at that point, then there'll be technical challenges. But right now it's market penetration. But once we achieve a certain amount of entitlement, we're gonna go push the limits on technology again.
Absolutely. So you touched on this a little bit earlier, but if you were talking to a young person that was starting their first business today, what would your recommendation to them be?
Um, I would go back to customer discovery, number one. But you know, I think you also have to have a good group of advisors and mentors. That's very important because if it's your first time, you know, there's a whole ecosystem, hopefully locally, but you can access this ecosystem virtually in most cases, but it's preferred if it's local. So you A, do customer discovery, B, get a good group of advisors because they don't teach a lot of this stuff in school, right?
Mhm.
They don't teach it in colleges, they don't teach it in the high school. So if you're coming out here being an entrepreneur for the first time, there are a couple of institutions in place, but it's not traditional to have a college course on being a startup, right?
Mhm.
So you've got to learn. You want to minimize your mistakes and you want to decrease your learning curve. So yeah, definitely customer discovery, definitely a group of advisors that have done this before. And certainly hopefully have some good references that can help get you started on your first or second sales, whether it's a proof of concept or MVP. So
Absolutely. Yeah, we've definitely noticed a gap in the education system for startups and really entrepreneurs
yeah,
in general. And that's one of the things we really strive to provide education for and training with Action Coach.
yeah.
Um, so tell me, how can people get in touch with you? How can we learn more about you and about Maverick IQ?
Yeah, they can reach me at Dalero at maverick.iq.com,
Mhm.
or you can go to our website, maverick.iq.com. I also can provide a telephone number. I don't know if that's okay. They can call me at 864-209-6200. 7831 and leave a message or text me. But again, that email address, Dalero, that's DALERO at maverick.iq.com. And again, the telephone number 864-209-7831. I'm also available on LinkedIn as well. So yeah, they can reach out to me any of those ways.
Perfect. And I'll provide all those links in the description so it's easy for everyone to reference. My last question for you today, what most inspires you as you continue to push forward with the business?
What most inspires me is I actually feel like I've learned a lot, and I see the potential of starting your own company. You could actually take it in almost any direction. Of course, there are guide rails depending on the market and technology available, how much time and resources you have. But you can really make a company what you want it to be for the most part, and you can influence and help a lot of people. So, you know, you could get engaged with community activities and you can help quite a few people because there are several sections in society that maybe don't know that some of these resources are available. But if they knew, they could elevate or raise themselves up as well. So I see, and just being able to do this interview right now, right? Hopefully that it'll reach a couple of people, and there are young entrepreneurs all over. So I think you can inspire a lot of people by stepping out and shining, right? I mean, but there's work to do to get there, but you can actually, you know, influence a lot of people to try to go out and accomplish their goals and dreams. So
Absolutely.
hopefully I'll succeed, and then I could pass lessons on, like through information channels like this one, to help others see that they can do it too. So that's the good part.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Dalero, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you sharing your story and a little bit about Maverick IQ. And thanks again for your time.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.